just tell you, most people like the idea of natural hair and not just, you going natural. I did a bit of research and I noticed that, and I knew that people on 4C natural, most people on 4C natural hair have actually thin natural hair. Like, not all natural hair will be full. And it's funny how the standard of a beautiful natural hair that is being propagated now are mostly the curly textures and 4A, 4B, and the fact that a healthy natural hair is a natural hair that is thick and full. But most people naturally will never have thick natural hair, thick 4C hair. It's just the truth, because it also has to do a lot with genealogy, hair practices, and 4C natural hair is Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing good. You should subscribe, you should, because I am about to say my mind, because these are the issues and we seem always to pretend like it's not there, but it's there. It's really, really glaring, and I'm tired, so I have to come in here and rant. And I hope in one way or the other you can relate to this, and it inspires you and it opens your eyes to also see, in case you don't know or you can relate to what I'll talk about. When you subscribe, there's a bell beside the subscribe button. You should tap it. Thank you. So I remember when I was in the university, I had this roommate turned friend. She was amazing. So then I was still on relaxed hair, and I remember always admiring her natural hair. Her natural hair was always soft. Like, if she sprays water on her hair, it gets so soft. And I was like, wow, damn. So that means that if I go natural, my hair will be like this, and my hair will grow so fast within some amount of time. I don't know where I got those lies from, but I told myself those lies, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go natural. So she inspired me to start my natural hair journey. Not like she told me, but just watching her take care of her hair, and how beautiful it is whenever she wears it in a high puff or lays them edges. And I was like, okay, I need to go natural. So I went natural, and when my natural hair started coming out of my scalp and I fully transitioned, like I chopped off all the relaxed ends of my hair, I realized that what I was seeing on my head was quite different from what I was seeing on my roommate's head. Like, I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, fine, I can learn to deal with this. So I went to YouTube and I was like, okay, natural hair, how to take care of natural hair. And I realized that in fact 95% of people that I saw, YouTube influencers or YouTubers I saw on natural hair do not have the same hair type like mine. And I didn't take that as much of an issue then. I was like, okay, maybe my hair is going to look like theirs one day, so I'm just going to continue. So one thing that stood out then was that the fact that there is no 4C, there was even less. Like, I couldn't even count up to like how many YouTubers then had that were 4C natural hair. So it seemed as if people with 4C natural hair didn't actually exist. And do you know the funny thing? The funny thing is that 80% of Africans, do your research, 80% of Africans have 4C natural hair. So when I realized this, I knew it was a problem. And I was getting frustrated because I would go on YouTube, I was seeing all these beautiful styles they were doing on their hair. I would see braid outs, and I'm like, okay, braid out, wow. I would see the result, I'm like, wow, I'm going to try that on my hair. And then I do a braid out, and it's coming out like my twist outs are looking like, my hair is looking at me like, and I'm looking at my hair like so it was really, really frustrating. And the fact that my parents, and a lot of people were like, so you went natural, are you not suffering? Things like, I feel like here in Nigeria, and not just in Nigeria, even here in Africa, good, it's nice. Most people are beginning to appreciate natural hair. Like, most people, let me just tell you, most people like the idea of natural hair and not just you going natural. So the fact that the people that be like, so you went natural, and then the first question you get is, are you a there is a particular church, mostly wear natural. So they'll be like, do you go to that church? So why is your hair natural? And then you will get ridiculous comments from people. So it really hurt me to see that, wait, this is our hair and this is what our texture is, and still I was being discriminated. I had one particular experience that made me feel really bad. So I am a 7 core member in Nigeria currently. So I went to my PPA one day. I woke up, I put my natural hair in a puff because my natural hair has come to the point where it's like it's quite, I have a sensitive scalp, so I don't like tying really tight high puff on my hair. If you notice, this puff is not even tight on my hair. So that day I didn't want to tie it that tight, so I tied it like this, but my hair was like really everywhere. So I came into the school and I wanted to sign my clearance form. I went to the principal's office, the vice principal to be precise, and she was like, what is that on your hair? I was like, hair. And she was like, it's looking unkempt. I was like, but this is my hair, this is the way it is. Like, what is unkempt about it? It's my hair. So like, no, you don't have to look that way. You are going to, you're going to distract the students. Those words she said that day really hurt me. She went on and said so many things that I don't even want to remember, but it really hurt me. But it then opened my eyes to the issue of guys preferring people with looser hair textures to ladies on 4C hair. So I remember this girl telling me that one guy, apparently her boyfriend then, was like, if her natural hair is like this, that the relationship is over. And that was it. Every time he always had something ridiculous to say about her hair, on how it's unkempt. And then for people like me, that my hair is like naturally 4C hair, it tangles. Natural hair naturally tangles. So there is no way that you will wear every day your hair is detangled. So most times, because I am tender-headed, my scalp is very sensitive, I don't like tying stuffs, I don't even like laying my edges. So most times when I want to wear my natural hair, I just wear it out. It will look like it's not detangled, and people will be like, why do you look like a mad person? Go and comb your hair. And then people will just drop statements like, it is just hair. It's never been just hair. Do you know that if, for instance, I decide to remove this shoelace I used in tying my hair and wear my hair out in a fro, and if I decide to do a ponytail, use gel on my hair and do a ponytail, the way people will regard me when I'm on a ponytail will be different from the way people will regard me when I'm on my afro hair. Like, it's not just hair, and we should really, really watch the way we say that. And I always feel like the underrepresentation comes a lot to thin natural hair. Let me just tell you the truth about 4C natural hair. 4C natural hair tends to get dry easily. 4C natural hair is not curly, it is coily. 4C natural hair, most people, and I actually did a bit of research, and I noticed that, and I knew that people on 4C natural hair, most people on 4C natural hair have actually thin natural hair. Like, not all natural hair will be full. And it's funny how the standard of a beautiful natural hair that is being propagated now are mostly the curly textures, and 4A, 4B, and the fact that a healthy natural hair is a natural hair that is thick and full. But most people naturally will never have thick natural hair, thick 4C hair. It's just the truth. Because it also has to do a lot with genealogy, hair practices, and 4C natural hair is always it's prone to breakage. I remember getting really frustrated because a natural hair blogger, she's also a natural hair blogger like me, and a YouTuber, so her hair is on the 4A, 4B side, and I was just looking at her hair and I asked her, so how long have you been natural? She said 2 years plus. I was like, okay, so yeah, I'm 2 years plus natural. Her hair is literally long, like almost at her bra length, and mine is here. And then we tend to overlook all these things, and the things that the standard that is out there of a pretty hair is often overlooked, and people think this is not serious, but it's actually serious, because a lot of ladies have gone through emotional topsy-turvies because of their hair. And someone would say, let's just end this conversation, why don't you go and relax your hair? Excuse you, some of us stopped relaxing our hair because of the dangers of relaxers. Like, I could remember then when I was still relaxing my hair, I could remember that my scalp would burn. I wouldn't even, like, they would section your hair like into 4, and then as they're applying hair, immediately they're removing their hands from here to go to this side is already burning. So I'll end up having severe burns on my scalp, and it won't even relax. So some people their hair is even thriving better now that they are on relaxed hair, on natural hair, rather than before when they're on relaxed hair. So it's not always all about going back to relax, and your relaxers are really, really terrible. So then people would drop like ridiculous comments on your hair. I don't know, like, it's becoming really annoying and it's becoming really frustrating. Here I've seen, like, in occasions where I just decide to wear my hair out like big and all that, and be like, you would look prettier if you wore your hair in a particular way. So it would make you feel that your natural hair is not beautiful. And when you wear a wig, people tend to compliment you more, and I do not blame them, because the problem is not you. The problem is not because you have low self-esteem. The problem is not because you don't love your hair. People say love your hair, love your hair, love your hair, but that's why it's called a natural hair journey. Some days you're not going to like your hair. Some days, I know some days that I don't want to see my hair. Like, I don't even want to see. What I just do is I put in a protective style, and I don't want to see it. And bad hair day, I'm not even saying days, there are bad hair months. There's a friend of mine that would always say she's going through a bad hair lifetime, and she was like, feel like I hate my 4C hair. So these are the issues, and the problem is not you. The problem is not the fact that you have high standards. The problem is the standard of beauty that is being propagated by the popular media. That a beautiful hair is one that is tamed, tamed in the sense that, it's either in a gel, your edges are well laid, but greases and gels, it's not something that should, determine your beauty. And most times when you now dress up to go out and your edges aren't laid, you feel like there is something incomplete. I don't look beautiful, because what you see almost every day, like you see, even sometimes you see me do tutorials where after the tutorials I lay my edges, I'm like, okay, and I'm looking all cute. So these are the things that we internalize. So we need to start unlearning the standards of beauty out there, and know that our hair, our 4C, kinky, coily, natural hair is beautiful. And I embrace the fact that it's not, in fact, 80% of people on 4C natural hair, their hair is not thick, and it won't naturally be thick. Like genealogy, I know it's there, but 4C hair is prone to breakages and all that. And then I don't know if I'm the only one that also goes through this, where you use a lot of products on your natural hair. You try this brand today just because you're looking for one product that will work on your 4C hair. Like, up till now, I still have a lot of people reach out to me like, no product deep conditions my hair the way I see in YouTube videos. And I don't blame these people, because these, the underrepresentation. And shout out to all 4C natural hair YouTubers out there, Cheesy Doo, Star Poppy, I can't remember all of them, but you guys are amazing. Taylor Anise, I hope I pronounced that name well. But so these products, most products do not actually work on 4C natural hair. I don't know about you, but for me, I've tried products and I'm like, do they make these products and consider our hair texture? And I've had people, because people think that this 4C hair of a thing, the way we feel most times, because of the underrepresentation and the fact that we don't see people like with our hair types most times in the billboards and all that, and when we complain, it's like we're talking too much and it's getting out of hand. There are so many standards we need to unlearn. First of all, we need to unlearn the standard that a healthy natural hair is one that is long and is thick, because naturally it's not everybody's natural hair that is thick, that is long. Most 4C natural hair is thin and prone to breakages, and you need to, even most times we say we need to embrace your hair, love your hair. It's not always easy. There are some days where you're going to be frustrated with your natural hair, and the fact that I always tell people this: stop watching YouTube tutorials of natural hair that is not the same like your hair texture. I'm not saying you should hate on people or these YouTubers. What I'm saying is you can watch them for entertainment purposes, but don't expect the same results on your fussy hair. Am I trying to portray fussy hair in a bad light? Hell no. All I'm trying to say is that we've come to this point where we've normalized, other hair textures, like, type 3, type 4A and all that, and then we look at them do tutorials, like, and they get really results, and then you do it on your first hair and it's like, no, I'm not working with that. So we need to come to a point where we, of course, normalize the fact and normalize what your hair is like, what your hair will look like in certain cases. The wash and go I get as a result on my 4C natural hair will definitely be different from the result you get on a 3A or 3B or type 3, type 4 natural hair. I remember being so frustrated then, because there was one day I did a wash and go. I was so angry. I think I was watching, early times in my natural hair journey, type 3, type 4. I was just on YouTube. I didn't see someone having my hair type, the same hair type I had, like in 2015 or 2016. Then didn't have 2017, yeah, didn't have my hair type, So I was like, okay, let me just watch these people with other hair type, looser curls, do their wash and go, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna go on fine. And after I did my first year, I was like, what's that? And then it shrunk. It shrunk to the point that I was so frustrated, and I wanted to carry this hair to work that morning, and it ended up looking stupid. Like, I felt so ugly. So it's a thing, yo. It's a thing. So normalize the fact that your fussy hair is beautiful. I'm not trying to force you to do that. It's a journey, especially where you are also in a society where, when you go for shoots or you're invited for a shoot and they're like, okay, so we need to hide your hair, we need to take your hair out, like, and then others are wearing their natural hair, you're looking at them like, this is my hair, and we also need to also, like, okay, fine, like, in this society where we are as well, where a lot of ladies have actually confided in me that some guys could not date them because of their natural hair. They told them it wasn't beautiful. I wish your hair was curlier. I wish your hair was tameable, like tamed, like relaxed. It's always looking like a witch, like all over the place. So one thing I do hope is that my YouTube channel, highlights these things that we foresee naturalistas face, and I hope in one way or the other that I get to make you love your hair. I'm not like forcing you, but love your natural hair and embrace it, and understand that like the Bible said, your hair, or you shouldn't place your standards of beauty on what people say. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. God blessed you with your natural hair, and it's amazing, and you should really learn. It's a journey, but over time, through the times where you hate it because the twist had failed, to the times where it's breaking and all that, you just learn to embrace it, and also stop looking or doing all the general natural hair rules. I always say this: a natural hair routine should be mostly based on what your natural hair loves. When you try this on your hair and everybody's saying, oh, this is what your hair should be doing, but you try it on your hair, or what your hair should be taking in rather, and you try it on your hair and your hair doesn't like it, please stop using it. Do not allow these standards be your standards if it's detrimental to your hair. Okay, I've had people, natural hair rule, right? You shouldn't use a sulfate shampoo, but I use a sulfate shampoo because my scalp is tender, and I really tend to get I think my scalp is like produces a lot of sebum, so I tend to have really itchy scalp. So I love using sulfate shampoos because they really wash my hair. Like my scalp is clean, and then I go in with a deep conditioner to replenish that moisture. So, and then like they tell you too that conditioners, you shouldn't go for conditioners with silicones, but I love conditioners with silicones because they just give me sleep and help me detangle my 4C hair without ripping them out. So in essence, I'm just trying to say that your hair routine should be mostly what you've realized over time that your hair loves. Stick to it. You don't need to always be readjusting, because if you're always doing that, you continually be restless because today you're told, oh, there's a new, you have to start doing this to your hair, and then you start doing that, and then it doesn't make sense. So yeah, I think I'm done, and I feel good. I just wanted to come here and rant about this because it's something that annoys me all the time, and it's something that I've been really saying. So I love to hear your thoughts. I love us to have this conversation, because these are the things that we don't talk about, but they are there, they're really glaring. So that's it, guys. I hope you learned something. If not for any other thing, I hope you learn to know that, one, your natural hair is beautiful. Your 4C hair is amazing. Like, do you know what it means to have a hair that has a mind of its own? Like, after doing some of your hair, it's like, now I'm not doing that. So I love that. It's a journey. So on some days I'm annoyed, but your hair is beautiful, fearfully and wonderfully made. So this is it. Please subscribe, comment, please drop a comment. I'd really love to know your thoughts on this, and also share with your friends if you found it really helpful to the point that you have to share with your friends. I'd really appreciate that. So see you guys in my next video. Bye.